All right, so this is the trade that we lost today on live, unfortunately. But we took the initial trade that we took on live was this right here, targeting 23,900. Stop went below the previous candle's low. And yeah, this was the initial trade that we took. I did choke this one, got out break even, unfortunately. But as you can see, it would have played out pretty well. We would have taken out two TPs. This one right here, this one right here. And yeah, unfortunately, I did choke this one, but I'm going to go over the rationale behind it so you guys understand why that trade played out the way it did. But yeah, so this was pre-market. This is where we opened, and like I was saying, the pre-market analysis I posted was that we are rejecting 23,800 and creating higher lows. So what I want to see is a break above 23,800, a pullback to go long. So a break and retest above 23,800. And what we got was exactly that. If you go down to the 5 minute, this was a huge break and retest of 23,800 for continuation. But the entry that I initially took with BZ on live was this one. So once we created the first presented fair value gap right here at 934, we came back, retested 23,800, held the 21 EMA, created a bullish engulfing, got back above the first presented fair value gap, and that was the entry right here, targeting 23,900. Stop went below the previous candle low, and yeah, if we would have held this trade, we would have taken out the first TP right there. Second one ended up getting hit way down here, and yeah, we would have got two trims. But a really good entry in hindsight that I'm looking at now that we could have, if we were patient enough, instead of taking it right here, instead of taking this pullback right here, what we could have done was wait for price to pull back all the way back to the first presented fair value gap, 23,800 and VWAP, because as you see, we created a bullish engulfing off of the first presented fair value gap, got back above VWAP. That's an entry right there. And then you go ahead and target these highs right here. Target this high, target the next trim that I had, and stop goes below the previous candle's low. This would have been a better entry in hindsight, but yeah, obviously we took a L on live, but it was small, so I'm not really tripping about that. The only thing is that I'm just looking at these entries that we could have taken and the first entry that we actually should have held. The reason I got out of that was because ES at the time, let me show you what ES was doing. Where is today is the 8th, yes. So this is what ES was doing. As NQ was pushing those highs, ES was creating lower highs here. And then we ended up breaking this low right there. So I'm thinking we're gonna flush, but obviously, uh, we just wicked down, came back into the range, and yeah, we were in this range for a while. But yeah, that's really all it was today. Small loss. But looking back, there was a lot of good that came out of this. And yeah, I just hope you guys trade live with us tomorrow to catch some wins later on in the week as well, because we have CPI, PPI, what else? Consumer sentiment, I believe. So yeah, there is a lot of good stuff to come later on within the week. So yeah, I wasn't really tripping about this loss. Hopefully you guys aren't either. And yeah, that's about it for this little recap.